All right, we're here today with Mr. Simon Brette. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're most welcome. Thank you so much for coming to Geneva to spend good time with us and to be able to share part of our journey.
Oh my God.
So I'm very happy to show you around and introduce you to the team and enjoy the watch too.
Thank you. Thank you. I mean, I have been pestering the poor man for at least 12 months. So we're here today. We're going to do a tour around and really just showcase the Chronometre Artisans, not just the watch, but I think the people around it, the artisans, the story, the good, the bad, the ugly.
Customer.
The customer. What was it? The customer, the collector, and the artisan.
Exactly.
Those three things are the Chronometre Artisans.
So the idea for this space is to have chill space where people can wait for their appointment. So it's not yet finished, and you will have the name of the department, and you will be able to experience yourself just a visit.
So you can see through.
You can see people just working, etc. So you have an idea of what's happening inside. That's the idea.
And it's not just collectors, right? You do visits for non-collectors?
Yeah. People that want to know more about watchmaking, that are in Geneva, want to have fun.
Yeah.
Of course, we won't be able to just have everybody. Give them an appointment, and they will be able to have a look on what's happening here. So we have Hannah, who is joining us, and she will be able to give them a tour.
Because you're like the upper echelon. Everybody wants to see on Brette, myself included.
Yeah.
But why? Like, what motivates you to open up your space?
The thing what I loved when I was young was it was so cool to be able to meet all those incredible just men behind the brand. So Max Busser, all those guys, we were able to just go directly to them and to talk, and they were so kind with us. This is what we need to keep, because the young gentlemen who or ladies who care about us, we need to show them that we are passionate first of all, and just show them that we are not a crazy guy. We are just
I don't know about that.
Yeah, but we are just passionate by what we are doing. You can come inside. There is something very important for us, and the fact that we work with steel components, we have always the biggest problem with oxidation. So we need to take care of the humidity. We need to take care of how we keep the component, and each component, you can see it here, it's under vacuum, and this is the only way for us to keep it safe. So
is that a complete watch essentially?
No, it's all the parts. Between different steps, we just keep the component here.
And then in the quality control process, do you ever send stuff back? Who does that? Is it the whole department?
We have a department, logistic and quality control. Here is another very strategic space. This is where we clean the component, and the location is very meaningful here because we are close to the watchmaking, close to the finishing, and close to the machining. We need to keep it clean directly after the machining, because oil can have bad impact because of the chemical reaction.
The components have come in.
So the first step is we buy the component from the outside. So supplier will send us the component. We will do the quality control. After that, it will goes in the stock. After that, it is here to do the finishing. After that, it will goes to the cleaning. After that, goes to the stock.
I think people imagine watchmaking, it's sort of like step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4.
Yeah.
When really it's more step 1, back to step there. You're constantly adapting.
Yeah, we know exactly what is the road for the component, where it needs to go. If at some point there is an issue with the dimension, we can just face this problem to go back to the first, to the step earlier, to just fix it. We will try to do it because, of course,
it's better to
we
fix
save
it.
money, of course, like this,
Where do things go wrong the most? Like when people imagine
electroplating.
Really? Why?
Because of the process. So you know that you will use many different chemical products, and the chemical reaction, if you don't clean perfectly, you will have bad reaction with the electroplating. If there is some issue, it goes in the trash.
No.
Yeah.
And how many wheels would you have on?
The last time we had an issue, we have 15 wheels, and
just all gone.
All gone. And the most difficult thing is those ladies who are taking care of the finishing, they spend hours on
finished it.
And they are very challenged to achieve the level that we want. So it's a lot of pain to be able to polish it perfectly. Once it's perfect, it doesn't mean that it's finished, because If there is an issue in the process, it goes in the trash and they have to do it again. That's the reason why we need to be very strict with the process.
It is nuts, isn't it? 'Cause I think we all look at watches and you see this beautiful product, but you don't see the pain. You don't see how many things went wrong, the money that goes into it. But imagine you polish something for 100 hours.
Yeah.
It's just gone.
It's always challenging.
If you imagine now you've got your stickers on the door, this is the finishing department?
Yeah. And here is the micro mechanics. So they are doing some components here, and we are doing some polishing for the ratchet wheels, for the screw, the famous screw. Yeah.
This is the famous screw.
Yes.
Just because of how iconic the screw is, especially when the Chronometre Artisans came out, it's kind of odd seeing it not perfect.
Yeah.
I think a big part of your success, I think people got obsessed over the screws, didn't they?
Yeah, exactly.
So how many hours does this take?
So it's around 45 minutes,
Okay.
the process of polishing. There is a few different tools. We need to polish it with one tool. After that, we use another tool, and the tool that we use is softer than the previous one. Yeah.
So is this
and we
the
have
hardest?
different diamantine powder. But the most important is the process. So which tool you use, which material, which diamantine.
You start here and finish here? Like how does it?
Yeah, so there is few different tools that we use. We use very specific oil. So the most difficult thing was not to be able to achieve the machine to polish. So this is an old machine from the 60s, from the German side of Switzerland for the glasses.
So this is an old glasses lens polisher.
Exactly.
That Luc Monet retrofitted.
Exactly. Yeah. And here we ask him because we only have one watchmaker. We produce watches, but we have only one watchmaker, but the best watchmaker.
Yeah, the best.
It's a manual machine, so the tool is turning in one direction, the screw at the opposite.
Yeah.
It will go in contact, and we had another rotation. And it was supposed to be manual machine.
Yeah.
And because we only have one watchmaker, you need to take care of him. He can spend around 5 days polishing.
Just polishing.
Yeah, during one month. Yeah, and we need to develop something to be able to automatize this move.
We all look at the success. We look at everyone thinks you're riding on a yacht everywhere. But this is a machine from the 1960s.
Yeah.
You couldn't afford a new machine.
So 3D print component here. And we buy component from the internet. And we were supposed to just buy it 24,000 Swiss francs from a company to develop it for us.
Yeah.
And it cost to us 800 Swiss francs.
You're kidding.
Yeah. At the beginning, you need to face this kind of problem. You don't have enough money to afford something that will help you.
It's not a case of you're injecting in loads of cash. You're all still solving problems together.
You need to just be careful. It's cool to have the idea of the concave screw. The energy is not to just make it happen. It's to convince the people around you to find a way, find a process, develop a special machine. And
Because it was a first, right?
Yeah.
The concave screw was,
Yeah.
you worked with your artisans, you came up with the concept.
You know, I started working as a supplier, so with Jean-François Maujon. The first thing that you learn as an engineer is stay focused on your watch, the mechanism that you will develop. It needs to be efficient, so it needs to work perfectly. And that's the first thing that your boss will ask you.
Okay.
So this is the role of Jean-François Maujon.
Yep.
He come to me and say, develop this mechanism, and it needs to be reliable. So you need to design something that will work
Super
perfectly.
efficient.
Yeah,
Okay.
efficient. This is the way to get money from the brand. The company know most of their customer, and for most of them, they know that they are not engineer and they don't really care about mechanics, but it needs to stay sexy or elegant. So you need to design it in a way that it's beautiful, let's say.
Absolutely.
And so for me, the shame for the mechanism was the screw, because it's not really aesthetic because of
almost, which is the ugly part of it.
Yeah, it's not really aesthetic because of the slot, and I have to find a way to make the slot disappear.
Yeah.
And this is where I think about the concave head, because if the light comes on the concave, it will be focused on one point, and this white point will be in the middle of the slot, and it will make the slot disappear. So that was the idea. And to have most of the light, you need to have a perfect mirror polish on it.
Surely that's the real
which
challenge.
is the most challenging thing, because we know how to make it perfectly polished on the flat surfaces, but on a concave but very small diameter. That was the biggest challenge.
fair to say it's not really a commercial gain, it's not more efficient,
No.
it's just pure beauty.
Yeah, yeah.
So why not?
Yeah, and the reason why you make your own watch brand is because it's your name on it.
Ah, okay.
And you don't want to do any compromise. If you don't do any compromise,
Yeah.
you will have some issue with the price, of course. Because
absolutely.
yeah,
That's
at
the
some
trade-off.
point you need to be careful about this. The screw, it was a nonsense to go in that direction.
Yeah, it makes zero commercial
Yeah.
sense.
One screw on a flat polishing is around 4 to 7 Swiss francs with a perfect black
We were
polish.
80 to 120 for the concave?
Yeah, it's around, let's say 4 to 8 Swiss francs
Okay.
versus 180 to 100 Swiss francs. So doesn't really make sense.
Surely people looked at you like you were mad.
To just make your own watch brand, it needs to be something new and fresh.
I know, me a year ago, I literally am not on the list, don't own one of your watches, and was the first watchmaker to be like, hey, sure, come over, let's talk about, I'm happy to spend some time. And the thing that struck me, you have these artisans that are incredible, but you still manage to work with them to raise it more.
The goal for me was to just put the light on each craftsman. The best way to promote someone is to just have a look on what is able to achieve. So
Absolutely.
if I push them to produce something very specific and very difficult to achieve, that will prove to people, to everyone, that they are the best in
The
their...
real proof is in the work.
Yeah. So that was the deal with them, trying to push each of them to
That's
produce
really
something
cool.
special.
So you both knew that you were pushing each other.
Yeah. And it was, I think, the reason why all those persons are very involved in the watch, because they were able to push the level and to bring something very fresh. Yeah.
And it's their legacy too. So many watchmakers, outsourcing is not new, or it's almost the original watchmaking way, right?
Yeah.
But what I love here is that there's such a celebration, but you've now got some artisans that, especially with the concave screws, especially with Yasmina, like these people were already, well known, but now they're stratospheric. Everyone knows them because they've done something that no one did before.
Yeah. Today we are lucky and happy to know that most of them are working with the best watch brands. So this is super interesting for this industry, especially. Yeah.
That's nuts. And what other components do we have in here?
There is the ratchet wheels. We have 2 young gentlemen who start work with us. They graduate from watchmaking school and they restore this machine and they just develop the process to do the polishing of the ratchet wheels.
They did that themselves?
Yeah, I was working with Luc Monet, the guy who just designed the machine for the screw.
Yeah.
And at some point he explained me, okay, I will stop working as a supplier. Just give the knowledge to someone and to continue to produce your component. There is 2 young guys. I think they are the right person. If you can propose them to just join you in your company.
Oh my God.
I was, okay, let's try. So I asked them, are you able to come and work with me? And they were, we are from the countryside and we prefer to stay in the mountain.
Well, they said
Yeah.
that is the most artisanal. They're like, no, we're not coming to Geneva.
Yeah, so young guys, but they are so talented and they are very hard worker.
Yeah.
I can buy you 50% of your time.
Yeah.
But you need to find other customer because, of course, you will be in trouble if something happens.
And that was the advice you gave straight away.
Yeah. And this is what I learned quickly with my craftsmen. You are able to just buy 100% of their time. It's a good thing for you, but it's not good for them. And last year I was so proud because they win the Journe prize.
I know exactly the watch.
So now they explain me, okay, we need to just find a solution because we will stop working.
Now they need to pass it on again.
They need to pass it. Yeah.
You're a good guy. That's nice. So you supported them. That's nuts.
So that's and I'm so proud of those 2 young gentlemen. They are just amazing.
Straight into doing this.
My advice to them was, listen, it's not the point to have incredible finishing. You need to be consistent in your DNA. Be sure that you are consistent about what is your brand, what is your vision, what is your aesthetic, etc. So I try to push them not to go too deep, let's say, in the polishing, but trying to go with what is the very specific design that will just make this brand very special.
Coming out to see you, first flight out from London, the watch world is nuts and you meet so many amazing people, but the thing that I just always adored is that it's so much bigger. It's not just today. Because you have crazy success. We all know that. But it's about 30 years in the future. Like, who are the new watchmakers? Celebrating people. That is the story that, when you tell that story, you're like,
we are the present and soon the past.
The past.
Yeah, and if we can just give to the new generation, we will have a bright future. So today we have two persons who take care of the end finishing. We have Chloe and Coralie. They arrive early. They need to leave early.
you can still pursue greatness and have a life.
Yeah, exactly. And this is what we learn once you are parents. You know that you cannot do everything that you want or expect, to be more flexible with your employee.
Well, you started to design the watch. Your wife was pregnant with your first.
Yeah.
So like, do you think like that process, being so tied to the watch, means you support people because you're so aware of it?
Yeah. It was so easy to start like this because I start working for my own.
Yeah.
So my wife was pregnant, and I explained to my customer, okay, I will have to just spend 2 months off.
And not produce anything.
Yeah, not producing anything.
So you get no money in.
Yeah, but I was enough. I was lucky to be able to do that. To think about what I can do to make this moment alive for the rest of my life, and I was okay. The only thing that I know is to design watches.
And that was the God.
Once I start to talk with Christian, only buying time on social media, and we were just talking about watchmaking every single day.
He's one hell of a supporter. For reference, the first subscription, I guess, subscriber, right? That's the sort of like first person that was like, let's go.
Yeah, and it was very supportive, and he bring me around the 6 guys.
Oh my God.
Incredible guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At this point, there was no watch.
But there is no watch, but the movement was ready. So I was just, let's say, teasing some component or some parts.
And one thing that's probably important is I had the immense pleasure of, I guess, speaking, interviewing a group of your subscription owners.
Yeah.
Unbelievably committed, unbelievably passionate. Some are technical, one might be a chef, one might be whatever, but just a group of people that at their core wanted to support watchmaking. And that is it.
Yeah.
That is it. And wanted to just bring it to life. And literally their words to me were, we saw the rendering of the movement, and that was it. We were in. There was 95% done, barely anything changed from there. And we just thought, we have to get behind this guy.
To support a guy that they don't know, never meet in person.
When did you finally meet them in person? So from subscription, when did you meet
I think for 3 of them. No, I think the first person that I met was James, waitlisted.
Yeah.
Because he was traveling oftenly in Switzerland.
And you had the movement prototype?
No, nothing.
What's funny about this is that I don't think people realize that you threw down this money, and you could have just been some crazy guy that's like, I'm going to run off with it.
Yeah.
Somebody said to me, it really made me laugh. He said, that we knew this guy is technically brilliant, but we don't know if he can deliver anything. We don't know if he can handle the money, the process. Like, you've never built a watch.
Yeah. And especially one of the most crazy thing was I give my word on I will do the best finishing, the best quality as you can imagine. And for most of them, they were okay, but horology is much more than 50,000 Swiss francs. So or you can manage it. Yeah. So it was a lot of things that I need to just prove to them that I will be successful in the process. So it was just the first thing was, of course, to convince them, but the second one was to convince the craftsmen, of course,
to actually do it themselves.
Because let's say for most of them, we already worked together, but for maybe, let's say 2 of them, we knew each other but never worked together.
Okay.
And from one of them, it was very, very difficult because the guy doesn't trust me.
Really?
But he never tell me in person. So every single time I come to see him and say, where is the component? And he was, no, it will come, it will arrive. He never start anything. And he was, listen, I never trust you. I don't know you. And you are young guys. I know that there is some issue at some point. I already experienced bad things. And I cannot trust you. And I was, listen, if you cannot trust me, tell me directly that you cannot. And that's it. It was the bridge and the main plate. So the very essential component was insane.
So no bridge and no main plate
Yeah,
2 months before
yeah,
because the
yeah.
supplier had not made. I didn't know this. I didn't know this.
And I just called back to a friend of mine, supplier, Mark Bollis, and I called him and said, listen, I'm in very bad situation. And he was, listen, I will do my best and you will have it in time and no worry. And I was, whoa. And I think it was the first moment that I feel that, you know, once you are close to people, this is the best feeling, you know. Those guys trust you and say, listen, you are in trouble, but no worry, I will help you. Yeah. I know that without them, nothing can just happen.
What people don't see and don't talk about is that the struggle, you know, running out of money or not having enough. Because people think 50,000 francs and go, wow, that's so much money. But when you've got to pay components, suppliers that then don't supply you with the thing. That's the story that's not out there.
The most difficult thing was you are devastated at the end of the day because this is a very bad story.
Huge.
But this is where you can feel if you have enough resource in yourself just to find a solution quickly.
Do you have, I don't know if you have them around, any of the high jewelry watches?
Yes, we have one.
You're kidding? No, look at that face. You're not joking, are you?
No, we have one,
But is it true that the story of those watches comes from the subscription where one person had a high jewelry version of it?
Yeah. For me, of course, to find people enough crazy to trust me. And there is one guy, a very knowledgeable guy, insane skill in design. He was so amazing with his advice, and I was, wow, this guy has very something special. And he tell me, okay, there is one for me, one for my wife. And he explained me, okay, I'm ready to buy 2 watches, but I would love to have one more feminine watch. Okay. And can you do a gem set piece? And I was, listen, this is not my skills.
I can't right now.
And let me try some stuff, and I was not convinced about that. Try to search guys who have the skills that I don't have to ask some advice, and we just try to find a way to make something very special because the deal was, okay, it's a 12 limited edition subscription, but they need to be all the same. If I do something for one person, it doesn't really make sense. So I try to explain it to all the subscribers. I'm okay, are you okay if someone will have something different?
Of course, yeah.
And so he explained the full story and they were okay. If it's for his wife, we know that this is someone who loves watchmaking, etc. So that's fine for us. And the deal was we need to change only one component. So only the dial change on it. And it was one of the biggest challenge to have a gem set in the same case, on the same movement, and we only play with the color of the screw. And this is what I love. It's part of the story of the brand. Sure. Someone tried to push us somewhere where I don't have any skills. And it was good just to challenge myself. And it gave me a new opportunity to just put the brand somewhere that I never expect. So, and a lot of people enjoy right now gem set pieces.
Oh, it's huge right now.
And you know, for me and for most of the guys that work in the movement side of the development, we think, okay, gem set is only for just to increase the price. For no reason, and it was insane to just meet every single person who do the setting. And once you meet all of them and you understand all the care that they take to achieve the setting, to cut the strands, it's insane. And this is the building of Niru, the company that work for. There you have this floor.
You just throw the watch over.
Exactly.
And that's one thing about your watches as well that I've really enjoyed is there's quite a lot of folklore around it and rumor and...
Quickly, you understand one thing. So you are, let's say, a brand, you have to bring a product and what will make something very, let's say, a circle, virtuous circle.
Virtuous circle.
Yeah, so you need to bring the brand, you need to bring the customer and the supplier. So you have the craftsman, you have the brand, you have the customer, and all together will make something very specific and special. And without one of them, nothing can happen. I need to be the most careful with them, take care of them, trying to just put them in a good position, because if they are in good position, I will be. in the same time. So if you take care of them, they will take care of me
100%.
in return. I feel that people love the watches.
For sure.
And the most important thing is the real story behind it, which make it a true product.
You built this watch when your daughter was being, I think your daughter's about to be born. You've had a son who's just under 2 years old, which means you're going to have to design a watch for him now.
Yeah, of course. So this is the new complication will come in 2027.
Okay.
Yeah, so the Chronometre Artisan will have an hand.
It will end.
Yeah,
don't it?
yeah.
And I
yeah.
still won't have an allocation. Just this has
Of
nothing to do
course.
with that. This year the steel.
Yeah,
Next year platinum.
yeah. And the final edition, because the idea is to just stop this Chronometre Artisan, so that will be the last version that will appear. Most of the customer explain me, okay, but why do you want to stop the Chronometre Artisan? Because it's something that for most of them, they explain me once we just introduce the Chronometre Artisan, nobody can complain about it, and it's a huge success because they love it, etc. And it's cool, but I cannot stay. Let's say I need to just push myself.
I don't know if you find this, but everyone's just positive, right? And that's
Yeah.
great. But the art of life and success is if you don't risk failure, you don't get the Chronometre Artisan,
Yeah.
right? You just don't.
Yeah.
So the concept of I'm personally super excited. Have you started the drawings and the mock-ups?
Of course.
Oh,
Each new version will have something very different.
Unique.
Not only changing the color, the material. We want to bring something interesting.
I also love that you've still got your the loop.
Oh yes, I.
So this is the quality control room.
So here is the watchmaking. Thomas is doing the pre-assembly here, some quality control. He's doing some finishing here, the final assembly. Here is the place that we drawing, so we can add some comment here if there is something to clean or to repolish. So we start to check with the 5-time magnification.
Yeah.
After that, we go with 10-time magnification.
Oh wow, you made these yourself.
Yeah, this is our 3D print lens.
I've got one of these at home that I used to look at, like, I don't know, like my laptop or something.
Yeah, so it's quite nice. At some point, you need to develop some tools that will be more efficient for you. Quality control for us is to check if there is no dust, no oil, no scratch.
Yeah.
Every single time there is something you need to reopen, repolish. There is some issue with the screw, so we just design and develop a very specific screwdriver because of the slot on the concave.
It's probably easy to accidentally ruin the polishing.
Exactly,
Does
and
that
it's
happen?
very difficult to screw it without damaging it. So you need to be very careful, and if there is any teeny detail that is wrong, we need to remove it, repolish, and yeah.
Has that happened though when you've had a screw?
Yeah,
done?
of course.
Oh,
of course.
that must be heartbreaking.
Of course. We only have one watchmaker because he's just talented and
he's
he's
brilliant.
imagine that just have to be so careful with the screw that is so easily damageable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's crazy.
When I saw him before, I was like, "How are you doing? You know, how's like your sort of vision and watch?"
Yeah.
He's like, Emily, when they was going through all the years, and it was like, I'm too busy to think about those things.
Yeah.
It's like, I love it. I don't think people realize there's one very amazing, skilled watchmaker doing these things, like putting it all together.
We met each other in MBNF and we quickly became friends. And we just spent every morning half an hour talking about watchmaking. We were just so passionate and talking about watchmaking.
So intense.
Yeah, so it was amazing just at some point to be able to say, listen, I'm starting my own watch brand. Are you okay to join me? And it was the same for Robin. My first employee was Robin. Did his internship. And after that, he moved to another company. I explained to him, okay, I will probably start working my own watch brand.
Stop it.
And if you are ready to join me, and it was, okay, I can join you. Let me know once you are ready. I know Robin is very talented too. I think every single break that we take during the morning, we are supposed to take, let's say, 15 minutes.
It's not a break at all,
but
is
it's
it?
at some point it can go to 1 hour because we are talking about the novelty, about this brand. What have you seen this? And we just enjoy.
That's your life.
Yeah.
You're just so in it.
And I think it's part of our experience. We are passionate first. We try to share to them our love and all what we think we can just explain. We try to.
Yeah.
So we don't expect anything from this, only to share a good time.
I mean, also, quite frankly, you don't really have enough watches to sell to everyone anyway.
Exactly, exactly. So it's, say, the shame, because once you become your own watch brand, it's the first difficult things to admit is the fact that you will make people happy. You will have to say no, and it's the most difficult things, and it's always a shame.
You started the brand, you hadn't had the commercial success that we all see now, GPHG, all the rest of it, and people left MB&F, which is very stable, you know, very like established.
Only one.
That's huge,
Yeah.
though. Like,
Yeah,
to
but
take a
you're-
risk, but to then go, I back you and I believe in you.
Yeah.
That's huge.
You will bring people, but they will be under your responsibility.
Absolutely.
And even more if they have family, it's a huge responsibility that you get, because you know if you are in trouble, they will be in trouble.
Absolutely.
And you don't want anything like this. We have Robin and Thomas that start the two first employees, but after that we have Isabelle, we have Coralie, Chloe.
The adventure of a lifestyle.
Yeah, the adventure, yeah.
And that's it, like the spirit, like every day I wake up, and like when you meet people that just, life is an adventure.
Yeah.
Because it's just, whatever you're doing, like it doesn't matter if it's not about money, it's not about anything.
Yeah,
If you can
yeah.
find that thing that makes you feel like you're on an adventure.
You know that it can disappear like this.
Yeah, you got to respect everyone.
And you need to just respect all the people around you, because we never know that what can happen.
Exactly.
So that's the point that will push every single day us to do better and better, and make our customer or supplier or craftsman
or
even
even
more
fans of the
happy.
brand.
Yeah.
For sure.
So because we know where we are today, but we don't know where we will be tomorrow.
For sure.
There is no success.
Yeah.
You know that everything can just move and disappear so quickly, and you are nobody in this world, and keep doing the best as you can.
Yeah.
And let's see what is the future.
I mean, that's it. What a way to end. Thank you so much. Honestly, this
You're most welcome.
we got to look at some watches, but like we'll get that in. But what a man. What a man.
So the next department is logistic and controls. We have around 300 components in one watch.
Wow.
And each component will have many different steps. Yeah, a lot of steps.
Someone's organizing
And
that.
there's one person behind it.
Just one.
Just one person. And she needs to care about every single step, and she needs to understand each technical aspect of it, send it to the right supplier, to the next one, and she will just do the final box with each component pre-assembly to give it to the watchmaker. So if one component is missing, one mistake, imagine.
Yeah, which is so easy.
You are in late, and you need to just face this
That's a lot of
problem.
pressure. When you think
A lot
about
of
how many
pressure.
people are like, where's my watch?
Yeah.
Isabella,
Yeah.
the reason you have a watch, it's not actually Mr. Brett.
Exactly.
It's not Mr. Brett.
We meet each other at Chronometre.
Okay.
Yes, a
Back in
long
the
time
day,
ago.
back in the
Yeah,
day.
long time ago. And after that, she moved to MB&F.
Okay.
Yeah, and I joined her at MB&F. And after that, she moved to La Chaux-de-Fonds to another company.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and after that, I called her and said, "Listen, Isabelle, I was working with Robin just to manage all those logistics about each component, and it was a nightmare." And I called Isabelle and said, "Listen, I don't know what you are doing right now, but you need to come and help me."
Please, just whatever.
Yeah,
just drop
yeah.
everything. What a woman.
What a woman.
What a woman. Oh,
The
wow.
space very important for us. It's the 3D print space. So we have some different machines, and
make your tools.
some tools, some prototypes. So once we think about new mechanism, we will just design it, and after that, we will just 3D print to feel how it works. Once we know that we have good feelings, we will just go to the next step. So we have a soft just to do the calculation, just to feel for the stress on the spring, to see if it will resist, if it will give the right force, right torque on the mechanism. So that's a very important thing, because quickly we can have a prototype, or we can have a tool for the production. Here's the R&D. For the moment we have 5 engineers, so I'm part of them, and they are taking care of the new complication. And we work since not so long as a supplier. So we develop for only one brand, new mechanism, also new display. So it's a way for us to just be sure that if something happened to our industry, we can just still pay the salary and
Keep the lights
and
on.
the charge. Yes.
I mean, being commercially sensible is probably a good idea. It's not always high.
Today we are lucky because the market is strong and good for us.
Absolutely.
But we know that it's
It will change.
Yeah,
it
it will
will
change.
It's,
So
it's
we
a,
need
it's
to.
a truth, isn't it?
And we're trying to find a way to
Diversify.
challenge ourselves and diversify. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I feel like you guys spend most days 3D printing stuff.
Yeah, of course.
Now what I think.
Next watch 3D print.
Nice.